Hello everyone, my name is Heather Autumn and welcome to my channel. So, today is beautiful, blue skies, it's gorgeous, it's a little chilly. Yesterday was a bit warmer and I went and did the last of my editing, and so today I just kind of wanted to take things a bit easier. May is a huge month for me because not only is there the Japanese festival happening in the Boston Common, but there's also Anime Boston, and I always go to those, and so I'm trying to find some balance right now between all of my activities and all that fun stuff, and also some self-care and chilling out at home, just because it's really easy actually to get burned out as a YouTuber, especially when I have to do the editing and everything as well, and I have a full-time job, and it's just a lot. So today I wanted to take it easy, and I felt like it would be fun to head to H-Mart in Quincy, which there's one in Burlington, which is more north of me, and Quincy's south, but I like it because it's bigger. I feel like there's more of a selection and things like that, and it always makes me happy. So I figured I'd go there. There's two things I want to make today. One is like a spam onigiri, and for those of you who don't know what an onigiri is, it's the triangle rice balls that you see in like animes or Japanese movies and things like that. So I've made them before with like a spicy tuna, and I'll either link that video here or here. I'll also put in the description below past episodes of Anime Boston and even the Japanese festival, just so you know what's coming up. And if that looks interesting, be sure to like and subscribe so that you can see the newest episodes. But the other thing I want to make tonight would be takoyaki. So taco is the word for octopus in Japanese, and yaki I believe means fried, so fried octopus, but they do it in like a little ball, and it usually has takoyaki sauce and bonito flakes, and it's just so good. It goes really well with like some good Japanese beer. So I'm gonna go and pick up the ingredients for that, and I'm gonna show you how to make takoyaki. I'm gonna have a chill day with those being my goals. All right, so let's head to H-Mart. So it's been a while since I've been here, and I forgot that they added a food court. So I went to go check that out really quick. I just had breakfast though, but I wanted to still check it out. And for those of you wondering, this place behind me is usually where I get my birthday cakes, because they're so good. They have this wall of mini like claw games. It's not quite gachapon. These are like tiny little claw games with like these cool prizes. So close. Oh my God. It's personal now. I have to get this thing. It's taunting me. Thank you. I finally got it. It's the dumbest things that make me mad. I need to stop getting sidetracked by shiny objects and actually do some shopping. All right, so the first thing on our list is bonito flakes, and bonito is a type of dried fish, but it's been shaved really, really thin, and that kind of is a topping, and they add it to all kinds of stuff. in order to make this, you're gonna get a can of Spam and you're gonna dice that. And you're gonna throw it into a pan over medium heat just to toast it up. From there, you wanna add in quite a bit of teriyaki sauce. If I was to guess how much I used, I'd say it's about a 1/4 cup. And you're just gonna allow all of the Spam to kind of absorb that and allow it to thicken in the pan. From there, you want to take a bowl and then throw in about a cup of rice as well as your Spam. And then I use 2 eggs as a protein, and you're just gonna scramble those and cook those as you normally would with scrambled eggs, and then you just assemble. Now there are molds, onigiri molds that you could use, where you just take this mixture and you just pop it into a mold and press down and it's there. For me, I really enjoy just hand making it. And so you just wanna make your hands kind of like this, and you're just gonna pack it until it forms a flattish triangle. And from there, you just take your seaweed, wrap it up, and put a little bit of Japanese mayo on top, and you are good to go. Here's mine. You can see the Spam, an egg, and a little bit of that mayo on top. So let's give it a try. I actually want to say that the fattiness of the mayo kind of tones down a little bit of the saltiness of the Spam. Now another thing, if you don't like how salty Spam is, you can get the low sodium version, and that will also help. It's going to just be a lot less salty. But for a quick lunch, this is not bad. So I'm going to finish these, and I will see you when it comes time for dinner, which is takoyaki. So it has been a few days. I struggle with procrastination, and it's a problem. And the chances are, if you're watching my channel, you're probably procrastinating too. So don't judge. Also, if you hear my cat Tybalt crying in the background, allegedly I have not fed him dinner yet. He's old and he's cashing in all of his 9 lives to inform me that dinner is not served. Okay, so today what I'm going to show you is how to make takoyaki. So I've actually made this using cut up pieces of hot dog. I've heard of people going to the Asian food mart and getting like fish ball things that, you know, made out of fish paste. You can do anything you like. You can put cheese in these, whatever you want. Because of the Japanese festival and Anime Boston coming up, I wanted to just show you in the most traditional way how to make these. So the other thing I want to say is, if you want this recipe to go well, prep all of your ingredients ahead of time. Have them all lined up and ready to go, because when this starts moving, it is fast. And if you want to watch really fast takoyaki makers, I'll leave a link in the description of just these people who are like masters of their craft. I've made this a few times and I am not that fast. So I'm willing to bet money that if you don't prep ahead of time, you're probably gonna feel very overwhelmed. So from here, we're gonna make the batter, and that means you're gonna get a large bowl and add in 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Next, you'll add in 2 teaspoons of baking powder, followed by a ½ teaspoon of kosher salt. Then you're gonna whisk that together, and once that's combined, you're gonna start adding in your wet ingredients. You're gonna add in 2 large eggs, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, and a 1.5 cups of dashi stock. Now you can make this by getting these little dashi pellets like I did, and I would recommend that. You just add some hot water to it, to the fill line, and you're done. And from there, you're gonna whisk it all together, and you're going to transfer that into like a measuring cup or anything that has a handle and a little lip that will make pouring this easy. At this point, you're gonna heat up your takoyaki pan, and you're gonna take some neutral oil like canola oil or vegetable oil, and you're gonna lightly just make sure everything is all greased up and ready to go. At this point, you're gonna pour in half of your batter and make sure all of those little divots are covered. And if you're using just a smaller pan, just make sure again that you're careful and don't be afraid if they overflow. After this, it's kind of the fun part. So you're gonna go and sprinkle over all of your octopus pieces. From there, you're gonna sprinkle over your tempura flakes, or your panko in my case. And then you're gonna sprinkle over your green onion as well as your pickled ginger. So once you have all those toppings on, feel free to use the rest of the batter to just fill it up. From here, you're gonna start to see the edges start to firm up, kind of like a pancake. And when it gets to that stage, what you wanna do is take your chopsticks or your takoyaki pins, which are just very pointy and usually heat resistant, and you're gonna start to go and outline the divots. And you're gonna take any of that extra overflow and you're just gonna start packing it into this like ball. At some point of this turning process, you're gonna have all of them on their sides and all of them separated, and then you're gonna go back and start turning them so that the side that's all done is on top and all of the things that are still needing cooking are on the bottom. And you're just gonna let them cook. Then once they're done, you're gonna start pulling them out, and I would say have a plate nearby or something where you can go and calmly just remove them and turn off the heat and kind of wrap up that whole situation. All right, so you are supposed to serve these immediately when they're still hot. So what you wanna do first is top it with some takoyaki sauce. You can get this at any Asian grocery store. It's there, I promise. After that, you wanna top everything with tempura flakes. And then I went and I used some Kewpie mayo, which is another traditional topping, as well as some nori or some seaweed. And you are ready to serve, which means we are ready to taste. All right, so our takoyaki is done. You kind of see that there. And some Japanese mayo. It has seaweed on top as well as tempura flakes. All right, so these are meant to be eaten hot. So I have this one and let's give it a try. I'm gonna preface this by saying I may have cooked them a little long, but your girl is not a takoyaki chef, okay? This is for funsies. They're still gooey, but ideally they're supposed to be crunchy on the outside and gooey on the inside with this nice little surprise treat of like a big chunk of octopus. And this was good, but it was starting to get closer to that bready point. So this is great izakaya food, and izakaya is like bars. So great bar food. And so I have this single serve glass of sake, and it's an actual glass, so I get to keep it later. Never met a sake I didn't like. It does make a whole bunch, which you can put in your fridge or freezer and then just heat them up as you need them. And that is how you make takoyaki. I hope this prepares you for the Japanese festival that's happening next Saturday. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can be reminded when that comes out. And I am looking forward to that, though I did hear that there was gonna be rain. Let's hope not, because you know, we don't need any more bad weather. But I'll see you next weekend for that, and then later in the month, we're gonna be going to Anime Boston, which is like a high point of my whole year. So I can't wait to take you along. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you then. Bye.